Looks like we got another game versus Freshy. This time it's a different map. I really like this one. It's a very good map for second air. You can really regulate how much power you're using. And I think this one is in fact imbalanced. There are a bunch of rocks right there that I don't have. That's alright. I don't think it makes a huge difference. But on this map, I gotta say UEF have a huge advantage at Tech 2 with the Riptide. Riptide is probably the best Tech 2 tank, and it floats, which makes it pretty awesome. Try to get that Hydra as quick as possible, and get Raider in that position as well. So the thing about this map is very spread out, so air becomes crucial. But I think besides those rocks there's other imbalances here, which I've never known, but I've heard people talking about it. I mean, it looks like the mask extractors are slightly different, the way they're positioned. Of course my AC is going to go to this position. Try to get a base going on the other side of this Z river. Surprised still haven't seen a bomber. How did that die? Oh, that's how that died. I need interceptors. Alright, so that's not surprising, and that is a problem. Okay, let's see what happens. I got a whole bunch of mech marines. I'll just send them up there. So I don't want to have too much excess power, and I'll compensate for any of that excess power with more interceptor spam. Whenever I get extra mass, I'll upgrade a mass extractor. But I also want to get a couple engineers to the Hydra. Don't really want to not have that. And that's where I also want to have my Tech 2 land factory, which is going to be really nice. Get my Riptides across. He already has his Hydra. Looks like too many units on the power spam. So this could be a problem if these make it over here. Get that land factory done as soon as possible. now some mass problems. Should be a nice boost here once I get those mass extractors. Making a lot of factories. I gotta get more engineers just everywhere. Perhaps I can pause this for now. Oh yeah, I get that. Yeah, those are tanks. I'm gonna make a bomber, a couple of bombers to protect. So here's a tank. It's possible to out micro it. Just gotta keep avoiding its turret. So there's also an engineer right there. It looks like the ACU there already got a point defense. So far things aren't really going that well. Never mind, there's the ACU. So what's going on over there? This is a nice move by Freshy, doing the unexpected. Which means I can take over that top. Major mass problems. Finally got my mass extractor finished. That was a huge drain on my eco. Gotta keep winning air. And I don't want to run into that point defense. Alright, I'm gonna have to retreat. Let him run into my point defense, that's fine. I'll take my chances elsewhere. That was a nice point defense. So one option I could have is if I get a little more power, go Tech 2 Air. So with floating arty everywhere, this could be problems. Since he's Seraphim, one thing that he might do is, thank you, get a cruise missile launcher on his ACU. Should be really not nice. And since I can't float, I'm going to have to go on land. Major problems here on the bottom. I'm going to solve those with my gunships. Sure what that's gonna do. And I need to switch back to interceptors. Oh, there's an ACU right there, which means I need to get some of my units over there. plenty of excess power, might as well use it. Hey, there's an ACU. One thing I do have is tech to air. Yeah, this floating arty for Seraphim, quite nice. Should have gone with Riptides a little earlier. Its tech to air is nice, but it's really can't compete. So not organized at all. One thing I gotta do is make tech to point defense here. Why we have a bunch of units here in the corner? That does not make sense. He's gone with gunships, which is not that big a deal. I got anti-air basically everywhere. And he's got Seraphim bombers, torpedo bombers. that can't really hit anything in shallow water, which makes me pretty good in the water. Pretty safe. One thing I do have is major problems here though. I need Tech 2 land if I have any hope. And those are the 2 units I need. One thing I gotta say, I've been terrible at controlling my units in this one. So I got my second Tech 2 power. Need more build capacity on the air. The one thing that I could do is pull off a couple drops. That would be nice. Did leave me a lot of wrecks. Don't have power storage. Okay, so I got the units that I needed. Does have a lot of air, but a couple passes over my Tech 2 flak, and that air is not going to be a problem. See a lot of gunships. Here comes my Tech 2 flak though. Oh, he's got a bunch of Tech 2 tanks. That's not going to do much. Alright, so we'll watch that disappear and then we can do something. Okay, so that's the problem. But as long as I kill the gunships, it's not a big deal. cruise missiles. Well, that's gonna kill my power. Means I gotta make T1 power everywhere. Because really cruise missiles are countered by not making anything expensive. Making a whole bunch of cheap stuff. Which looks like that's what I'm gonna have to do. They also should have some TMD here. Still have one of my Tech 2 powers, which is awesome. It's a big Tech 2 push that he's got going. Appears he's been sniping my my Tech 1 mask extractors. There is some Tech 2 flak there as well. Which is a potential problem. See how that turns out. See how much stuff I lose? I don't think I'm actually going to lose much at all. Well, maybe I'll lose my tech to power, which is going to be a problem. I do have, Tech 3 tanks got overcharged those. Except that I don't really have, got a little bit of power. And it looks like this will be game over. So pretty well played by Freshy in this one. And hopefully you guys enjoy this one.